So we keep it simple. Okay, thank you. Now we're going to move to city traffic engineer. Mr. Kim has been waiting so patiently for 4 hours.
No, even though I'm not speaking, these items are mine as well. It's all part of the team effort. So just a appreciation to all the staff that presented and also the commissioners that wade through these very important items. My report, if you noticed, I revised or updated the public comment section. I thought it would be more appropriate to start listing all of the non-agenda public comments that pertain to specific traffic and mobility safety concerns, as well as commissioner comments. And you'll see that I've listed those and then some proposed actions if we've followed up. And so if you guys feel that that's useful information, let me know. If you think it's not useful, I can go back to the old list, but I thought it would be useful to be more updated.
Okay.
Other than that, Nathan, do you have anything?
Yes, I do have one point to bring up. So we've recently just received notification from the city's clerk's office that Commissioner Pancier's term had actually expired in July of this year, 2020, and not 2021 as previously thought. Apparently this was because Commissioner Pancier was appointed to fill the remainder of I think Commissioner Polka's unexpired term. Back that year. So because of that, Commissioner Pancier has actually only had 3 years. So we have a vacancy on the commission, and the clerk's office will be accepting applications for this position with that application period closing at noon on January 4th of 2021. Commissioner Pancier is of course open to reapply if he so wishes, but that's the process that the clerk's office will have to undertake. So.
Okay, I was actually just looking at the commissions and I saw that opening and I'm like, whose turn is it?
That was going to be my question too. Is like,
I literally just saw that, so I thought it was interesting. Okay, any other comments from the city traffic engineers? No. Okay. Traffic and mobility commissioners comment. Anyone wants to make any comments other than the agenda? Vice Chair Perez and then Commissioner Hunter.
Yeah, I just have a question for I think it's for Mr. Kim or for the engineering team. Is there any chance that I can get some understanding on there's a specific area on Avenida Encias? Specifically, I think it's address 6109 up to 6195. What I'm inquiring is that I noticed that there are some parking stripings now, like parallel parking, I believe. And so I just wanted to try and understand the whole from A to Z. How did this go through the process? So, you know, where did it start? Did the planning commission team have to approve of it, and how did that go through? Because we're kind of curious on this new parking striping, just because if it's trying to reduce industrial trucks or if it's to reduce RVs or whatever it is, what's the rhyme and reason? So I just want to put that out there for my comment.
Yeah, it's essentially a response to RV parking. It's initiated by the police department. The police department took the lead on an ordinance that would make it illegal to park outside of parking spaces that are so marked and signed. And so in response to the police noting concerns about RVs parking there, they requested the city traffic engineer to implement the parking space markings and signage on that portion of Avenida Encinas.
Okay, and then is there also gross weight vehicles, like max on that area, or is it just that? I guess what it is one is RV parking, and then two, is it industrial trucks, like greater than 20 feet or anything like that?
It's the restriction is size only. So it does not take into consideration the weight. If the car is not doesn't fit physically within that parking space, then it can be cited.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, any other comments or questions? Commissioner Pensier, oh, so Commissioner Hunter first, sorry, I saw him next, and then Commissioner Pensier.
My one comment was going to be who's vacant on here, but we found that out now. But so the other comment, I just want to, again, I haven't talked much on that tonight, but congratulate staff on everything. I thought, you know, awesome presentations, awesome work. The ad hoc committees all working together, you know, coming up with integrated plans were which is great. So I just want to give my kudos over to everybody. Thanks. That's all for me. It's time for dinner.
Commissioner Pensier.
One of the public items that came up was the Aviara and Poinsettia intersection, and the concern was the merging that has to take place as you're going eastbound on Poinsettia. And I saw what was proposed, and I wonder if when Poinsettia is opened up, if there would still be a need for two right turn only lanes onto Aviara eastbound. Is that something that is going to be looked at?
Yes. Thank you, Pete. That's a great question. As Poinsettia lane opens up, it's going to change traffic patterns, and some of the things that were necessary before Poinsettia was opened are going to not be required anymore. And so, yeah, the dual rights on eastbound Poinsettia at Aviara, they may not be required, but we're going to have to wait and see. We'll make observations, and if that's the case. But then, you know, in terms of through lanes, it's not needed really right now because Poinsettia does neck down to a single lane. So I don't know if there'd be much benefit to removing the dual rights because we've only got a single lane going eastbound on Poinsettia as you pass Aviara. But yeah, we'll be taking a look at those traffic patterns.
Yeah, I went out there and rode it, and I, you know, as a cyclist, you know, you've got to move across the two right turn only lanes to get to the straight through lane. And, you know, it's anytime you can remove a conflict like that, where you have to move left across moving traffic is, you know, that would help. I mean, if it was only one lane, it would be a lot easier. And I think that was the case for the straight through drivers too, that the person that commented on that was really looking at it from the motorist standpoint as well.
Yeah, and as you know, Commissioner, that's a pretty busy bike use corridor, and I think it's going to increase in bike use as well with, as you mentioned, the use of electric bikes, and there's all those young surfers east of I-5 that are now riding their bikes down to the ocean.
Yeah, I think we need to move on from a non-agenda item because I see Mr. Contreras very serious. And when he gets closer to the screen, I know he's going to tell us that we need to move on. So
we're getting close. Yes.
I guess you're getting closer and closer. So, okay, we're going to move on before you have to tell us. Any other comments? Okay, Commissioner Fowler.
I was asked a question, and I thought it was an interesting question. So, and I don't have any particular comment. When Carlsbad purchased and went through the decision of purchasing the license plate readers, did any of this staff, the traffic staff, did they provide input into that? Is it considered a traffic safety, or is there a component of it that was ever considered traffic safety?
As far as I know, we do not, traffic engineering or engineering department does not utilize the license plate reader equipment. It's strictly the police department. That's my understanding.
Okay. I do want to echo Commissioner Hunter's kudos. I think we hit the jackpot with the staff. So we're very, very happy and lucky to have you guys. Thank you so much. It's not enough we can say. And compared to what we used to have, this is amazing. Thank you. I'm sorry, Mr. Kim. I know you're part of the old and the new.
And likewise, I love nothing more than working with an active commission. So you guys do a lot of the, the heart and soul and the legwork, and you guys are hardworking group. So I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. I think we can speak for the commission. It's just great. Okay, anything else before we adjourn?
Just everyone have a happy holidays and a break.
Yes, and don't get sick. Stay home.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yes, because what's going on in China, like India's coming now, so watch out. Some other disease. Bye. Thank you so much. We're going to adjourn at 6:49. Okay, we're good? Okay.
We're good. Thank you all.
Have a good night.